All right, time for our Argonaut Weekly. Rob Walden along with John Bergen, head men's and women's cross country coach. Cross country squads wrapped up their 2010 seasons this past weekend up in Huntsville at the NCAA South Regional. Good showing for both. The men finished 4th and the women finished 5th in the South Region, with Eddie Pagan taking all-region honors for the men. Carissa Terrell-Fallon was named all-region for the women. So, Coach, let's talk about the men's squad. First, they finished 4th. I know a couple of spots lower than maybe you guys were gunning for, but still a great run from Eddie Pagan, and top to bottom, these guys once again put forth their best effort and put out a good quality result.
Yeah, we were pleased with how we ran. We ran hard, and the guys worked all summer long and trained really well during the season, and the whole time their goal was to be in the top 2 because they thought they had a chance, and we did have a chance. We're right there with that group. The top 4 teams actually are all pretty strong, kind of a little notch above the rest of the teams that ran there in the region.
Sure. So
we came up a little bit short, and the guys were a little disappointed, but they sit back and realize they put the effort in there to give themselves a chance, and that's what you ask for. And they ran hard. It's not like they they didn't perform. The top 2 teams really performed, and 3 and 4 were just a taste behind. So we were pleased with how everything went, and they after a few weeks maybe they'll realize that that they had a very successful season, and they'll be proud of what they did. It's hard sometimes when you have a big goal and you come up just a taste short, but
no shame in being one of the top 5 teams in the region, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's the top part of the region is pretty strong, so it's it's a pleasure to have the group that's in there battling with those top teams.
Women's team also got a top 5 result. Carissa Terrell-Fallon, boy, she really came on at the end of the season. All to Gulf South Conference, then all region in this meet. I know, like the men, the women's team performed well top to bottom, but especially with Carissa, you got to be happy about the way that she really performed her best at the end of the season when it was the most important.
Yeah, she ran real well at the end of the season. She's one of the girls that's the healthiest.
Sure.
We were pretty banged up, and I'm really proud of the girls' effort because gosh, just about everybody but Carissa and maybe Sabrina, who's pretty healthy, had nagging injuries that they're battling through,
right.
and some of them painful, and they just gutted it out, and we performed just as well as we should have, going into the meet. So, but yeah, Carissa is real strong at the end of the year, and I think she took a little ribbing from her team because last year at conference she missed by 1 spot, and as conference was getting closer, they're all talking about the conference team and giving her a hard time about missing, and I think she just wanted to make sure she didn't miss out on anything, and got that both the all conference and then made all region, and I think for both the men and the women, we each team stepped up 1 position from where we did last year, and we thought we were on on a pretty good track last year, putting ourselves in contention to be very competitive teams. And our top runners last year, Eddie, just missed by a spot or 2, making all region, and our top runner for the women last year, Bailey, missed by 1 spot. So we were just outside of having somebody all region, and this year we got our top athlete in the all region team. So pretty successful, and we're proud of the work that the team's put in this year, and keep building on that.
Absolutely. And now you go into the off season, which of course is the longest part of the year. Talk about what you want both squads, men and women, to accomplish over the off season, and the way that you want them to train in preparation for 2011.
Well, the cross country, being cross country only, in the spring we'll compete in some track meets, and it gives our athletes a chance to run some different distances and maybe focus a little bit more on speed, and break it up a little bit. But we'll give them a little time now to heal up and come back and get them on a plan. Actually, they only get about 7-10 days off. But, in January we'll start getting the base back, and then in the March and April we'll have some meets to go to and compete, and it kind of gets us ready for the following year.
So great seasons for men's and women's cross country. They both finished top 5 in the region after posting very good results at the Gulf South Conference meet a couple of weeks back. Great years for cross country. Of course, you can follow all their off-season progress right here at GoArgos.com.